let's talk about the necessity of giving Gale magical items. I don't think that this idea is used as well as it could be. In my reimagining, Gale's item requirements would be spread out so that he asks for one per act, and each item would have to be more powerful than the last. Metaphorically, that would mirror his intensifying desire to earn back Mystra's favor and return to his former glory. In the first act, you could sacrifice something of uncommon rarity, the color spray ring or whatever, but rather than waiting until the third item to tell us the truth about Mystra, he would spill the details right here. Knowing the reason behind Gale's condition would hopefully ease some players into sympathy for him, rather than annoyance at having to give up their loot. And at the beginning of the third act, after he fails to follow Mystra's orders to blow himself up in front of the Absolute, he would require a third, very rare magical item. It would barely make a difference in his condition, as is the case in the full release, and Gale would immediately start theorizing on ways he could stop his inevitable demise. Of course, his strongest lead would be the Crown of Karsus, which he just saw on the head of the Absolute. Gale would have to decide how he wants his story to end. Will he blow himself up? Will he take the crown to Mystra? Will he use the crown to become a god? Or will he consume the crown? And yes, I do believe that consuming the crown as a means to destroy it should be our final option. Gale has to consume power so he is not consumed by it. He takes magical objects and turns them into useless trinkets. They don't make him any more powerful, they just stabilize the growing insatiable hunger buried deep within him. So what better way to quell his desire, both literally and figuratively, than to consume arguably the most powerful object in the game that could have made him a literal god? And because this is the Crown of Karsus being fed to the Karsite Weave, the tribute would be enough to put the bomb into a sort of dormancy. Consuming the crown would, I think, be a much cleaner slice through all the potential issues in Gale's story, both logical and metaphorical. The crown would be taken off the playing field so it isn't sitting One Ring style waiting to get scooped. Destroying it would also be a gesture which demonstrates Gale's humility, and it would sever Mystra's immediate hold on him. But because the bomb is still there, lying dormant, it would be that daily reminder of what he so eloquently describes as Gale's folly. Or, alternatively, and hear me out on this one, consuming the crown could nullify the bomb totally, but it would sap Gale of the ability to use magic. Gale has always conflated his sense of self with magic, and he actively vocalizes his fear of losing his connection to it. So I think that in order for Gale to truly become his own man and be humbled, the crutch on which he has leaned so heavily has to be taken away from him, and he'd have to find meaning from some other outlet. My pick for that outlet would be his writing. He would, of course, mourn the loss of his previous art, but I think that he would find something exciting about pursuing a new one.